Ooh, play ball. Let's get. It's running on the Series X. It sure is. The Sex Box. You've not been to streams as of late? Why? Always be in the stream. But no, that's fair enough. This is, in fact, this is the most use I've gotten out of my Series X since I bought the damn thing, like, years ago.
All right, Murphy, it's all set. Make it quick, huh? Follow me.
I disagree.
Downpour. In the words of renowned songstress Hilary Duff, let the rain fall down and wake my dreams. Let it wash away my sanity. Succinct.
He's all yours now.
Yes.
Quick, Cupcake.
I agree with that. Rand, thanks for the 73 months.
I left you a little present on the bench. Have fun.
There it is. I'm making the rain fall down.
When you guys are running the showers, the steam fogs up the cameras so bad we can't see anything that goes down in there. You get what I'm saying?
Soggy Pendleton. You bought a PS3 last week, it's probably gonna get shelled after you beat one game. At least beat two, you know? Come on. Is there two games? Yeah, there's,
Jesus, you scared the hell out of me.
there's the God of War HD trilogy. There's Metal Gear Solid 4, although that's probably soon to get ported to PC. There's, Time and Eternity, a fantastic game. Everyone should play Time and Eternity.
Guards? Officer Sewell, hello?
There's the original Hyperdimension Neptunia, not Hyperdimension not Rebirth 1, no, the original Hyperdimension Neptunia. That's also a game that you guys, yep, that's one of them. That's one of the games of all time.
We used to be neighbors.
There's the console port of House of the Dead 4.
Guards! Guards, open the goddamn door! Help somebody! This is a violation of my rights. Who the hell do you think you are? When I talk to the warden, I'm...
No one's listening.
Help! Jesus, help me! Please, don't want to...
When do I have no idea of when I split for this. I'm gonna go with the fade out on that, why not?
Why?
You know exactly why.
Did I wake you, Pendleton? Come on, rise and shine, Cupcake. You know the drill. Guess today's a big day, huh? Tell you the truth, I'm sort of sorry to see you go. Prisoner secure. Open 302B. Transfer.
Game of all time, huh? One of the games of all time, to be sure. Is there no cutscene skip mod? No, it's an Xbox game. It's not the easiest platform to implement mods on. This isn't a PC game. I gotta use my consoles for this. Is the cutscene game gonna beat it? No cutscene game, but I do have a book. How much of me running the game is just to be able to do a non-stream thing while streaming? Probably like 90% of my reason. I got flashcards to do, still. I got flashcards I'm doing over here.
Well, guess this is it. No fond farewell? You gonna miss us?
Not even a little.
I think my chair is slightly low.
Give it a couple of days at Wayside Max. I bet you'll start to miss this place
That's
after
not-
all. Because we sure are gonna miss you.
I just kind of felt like my chair had, like, slipped down somewhat. The height control. Good job on the Ancient Room video, it was pretty fun to watch. Glad to hear it. Right now, the Ancient Roman video, this is me, like, being very metric-brained, but it hasn't, like, it hasn't had an algorithm moment yet. It's just kind of still, like, hitting subscribers. Oh, sure, I shifted my position. It'll explode anytime, but what if it doesn't? It probably won't. No peace on this earth, man. Can't even get a video to blow up on YouTube these days.
Done.
Yeah. All right. You heard the lady? Mount up.
What we got here?
Pendleton.
Pendleton?
Get on the bus.
The bus.
Buckle up, get cozy. We got a long ride ahead of us.
Damn, that's my flashcards already done. I don't need to play Downpour anymore. I can just, like, stop and... I don't know. Watch a movie or something. Oh, hey, a movie. This is great.
Must be on drugs.
The drug of Beppis. Is that Cherry Beppis? It sure is.
You have a good nap, Weddle? Tell me something, puta. That true what I heard about you? Did you really do it?
Shut the hell up!
Fuck you, Weddle.
I said lock it up, damn it!
Worst bus driver ever. Whee!
Oh God! Oh God!
Silent Hill Downpour. This might be one of the most astoundingly lengthy intros in any speedrun, like, ever. 11-minute unskippable intro? Yeah. You know, since we've got the time, we could talk about boys. Have seen any cute boys around lately?
Find the highway. Put some ground between yourself and the bus. Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Can we talk about girls instead? No. No, we can't. Everyone in chat answering, ooh, the streamer! They're trying to get on my fucking good side. I see through your games. Your games, your lies, your swindles. You swindled me.
That's far enough.
You're the coolest.
Get your ass down on the ground now. Hands where I can see them. Do it.
Take it easy. I'm not going anywhere.
I said, on the ground now.
Book. I have upgraded my bookmark to one of the cards that came with Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival.
I was just looking for help.
And you just happened to lose your cuffs in the process? Save the bullshit.
Rather than like using a sticker sheet or something that I had lying around. This is the main. I don't actually own a Wii U, so this is the only use that I have for these. And the card, Rosie.
Shut up. Keep your goddamn...
Amiibo Festival comes with the same like 3 or 4 cards.
Shit!
Oh, I'm gonna press buttons. Hang on.
Pull me up.
Hang on.
I'm slipping. Oh God.
Don't let go. Don't.
Hey, Ludwig. A choice, and then they're gone.
Damn it.
Can use them on the Switch version of Animal Crossing to make the villagers appear? Yeah, I suppose I could. I don't think I'd actually bother to use the cards to, like... Because they're for, like, spawning in the villages, right? Is it really faster to try to help? Yeah, it's a shorter cutscene. Thanks for the good luck. And I thought about getting a Wii U to make it easier to set up, like, what for the odd times I need to stream a Wii game. Because setting up the Wii makes me want to die. I hate that device a lot.
These game tokens look ancient.
But, I just end up, like, avoiding streaming Wii games. Dude, this Murphy guy gets stuck on everything. Crazy. Glad you can make a stream while you're sick with the flu. I hope you get better soon. Glad to be of some entertainment in these trying times. Holy cow. Incredible gaming.
Wow. Look at that. An old 52. Flathead V8. No doubt about it.
Wicked old beast, ain't she?
What?
I said she's a wicked old beast. Me, I'm partial to something with a little less rust. But to each his own.
Look, I don't want any trouble. Just point the way out of town, and I'll keep right on going.
Now, who said anything about trouble? Just trying to be helpful, son. Name's Howard, by the way.
Murphy.
Heading to prison, are you, Murphy?
Just looking for a way out of town is all.
How the run's going? They have just begun. This is it. This is all there is to say right now.
Every last one of them. Strangest thing.
What the?
Murphy, language.
Something wrong, son?
Did you see it?
You almost swore.
Up there in the window. Never mind.
I suppose if you're really desperate, you could try the old Sky Tram. Course, it hasn't really been kept up since the accident.
I'll take my chances.
That's the spirit. Well, this mail ain't gonna deliver itself. Good luck, Murphy. Hope you find whatever it is you're looking for.
Just watched the GDQ hotfix I did with D2. That was an experience.
Hey.
You know, I might have cause to do D2 runs / routing again at some point, because someone's popped a video with, like, a theory to me that apparently if you open the inventory, like, when an encounter's about to spawn, sometimes you can skip it. I don't know if that's true is the thing. I feel like I tried that already. I don't know if that's, like, true is the thing. I feel like I already tried that once.
Hello?
Might be worth dicking about with.
Anyone here?
Is it on disc or emulator? That's a good question. I actually don't know.
Oh, shit! Fire. Anyone hear me? Fire!
What the hell?
This can't be happening.
But it can, Murphy. And it is happening. I'm evil. Where's the evil voice? The evil voice hasn't started yet. I'm like ahead of the game on this one. Evil!
Run!
This isn't quite the fastest running speed. Oh, I got stuck. That's annoying. Now it's the fastest running speed. Maybe it was good, actually. Murphy, fall. Whoa. Ah, I hate that. The way you kind of, like, rebound back sometimes is a little scary, because sometimes you just, like, your foot taps the side and Murphy perishes immediately.
What is this place?
It's the most Xbox 360 game ever made. The Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 generation sure were full of games, weren't they? That took a really long time to register the input, for some reason. You know, just think, in another 10 years, people the age that I am now will be speedrunning all of those nostalgic PlayStation 5 games that they have instead. Oh no! There are none! I never get tired of that joke. I never get bored of it. You think one day he'll get bored of it? No. No, he won't. Murphy's reaction when the PS5 has no games. Look at him go!
Did that really just happen?
Can you believe that they're, like, gearing up to announce the PlayStation 6 in the near future? A generation with no games. The gameless generation. You know, forget typical generation lines. You know, forget boomers, forget millennials, forget Gen Xers or whatever fucking stupid shit Americans come up with on the regular.
Come on, bitch,
really, it's the gameless generation.
Get up, bitch. Ne chinga conmigo, puta. Hey!
Whereas I'm from the generation that had game. With the PlayStation 2. As opposed to the gameless generation. Those who had the PlayStation 5.
Looks like a way out. Panel's busted.
So if the PS4 has, I've got quite a few PS4 games back there, so I definitely like bought and played things on the PS4. I've got like a whole shelf back there dedicated to PS4 games. And the whack thing is that shelf is actually still getting new editions, because they still haven't really stopped making PS4 games. Oh, didn't hold left immediately.
Yes. I'm back to that sky tram.
What's this puzzle? It's not even really a puzzle, it's just the ball goes up, put it in the hole.
Nice. Huh? What's this? A long time since I had real clothes.
Why does he choose to keep the badge, I wonder? Just seems like a bit of a conspicuous thing to keep on your person. Very epic range for that to hit from. And that's Splatoon ripoff game from Square Enix, a PS5 exclusive. Not only was it not a PS5 exclusive, I think it's also dead now anyway. And it was like kind of dead on arrival, but I think it's like literally being shut down.
Wherever this thing goes, can't be worse than back there, can it?
I lost so much time! Bro. How can this be? How? Just isn't possible. No new content, no maintenance mode. You know, back in my day, when you bought an online multiplayer game, you didn't typically expect it to receive constant updates anyway. But no one does that anymore. Nowadays, if you release an online multiplayer game, it's gotta be supported forever. No one ever just releases a thing and then it's just sort of allowed to rest as it be, you know? Back in my day, we played Xbox 360 Team Fortress 2, and that didn't get any fucking updates ever.
take much to knock this down.
What did Concord even do wrong? It was just... the main thing is that it was a very high-profile, like, very expensive to create, like, live service shooter thing from Sony, and nobody really cared about it. By all accounts, the game itself was fine, if just not very interesting. But it garnered, like, no players relative to how much money was spent on making the thing. The interest just, like, wasn't there. Like, at all. It didn't look dire, but it just looked like... It just looked like nothing worth, like, spending time on.
Pretty impressive.
And that's the thing. Nobody cared. Like, we're all speaking in, like, vague terms because none of us played it. Is there a single person in this chat room who actually played Concord?
Little kids and...
Show of hands, because I didn't.
Yeah, it was a really nice place.
I'm sorry. You are...
Name's JP, and that, sir, is the Devil's Pit. 490 meters straight down to the blackest soul.
Nobody played it. And then within, like, a couple of weeks, it was gone.
Fascinating, but... Sorry. Someone, something tried to kill me back there.
Like, it's dead now. You can't buy it and you can't play it anymore, and that makes it... That makes it kind of fascinating as a cultural object. Because it's a high-profile release from a first-party publisher like Sony, and, like, they released it and they literally unreleased it. Like, it's gone.
Listen, if there's a quick way out of here, I'd really appreciate it if you just tell me.
Way out? What good would that do? Sorry. We, don't get too many visitors these days.
Right. Well, be seeing you.
If you head through the cavern, there's a train. Can take you to Hillside. Boy, I tell you, all the kids, they, just love that little train.
I do think it's funny that, like, the narrative surrounding Concord was like, oh, you can't put up a new IP in the already saturated multiplayer shooter genre. It just isn't done. And then, like, fucking 2 months later, Marvel Rivals released and ate everyone's lunch.
Thanks for the tip.
Like, I don't know. Sometimes you win. Sometimes that's a gamble you do just win.
The Devil's Pit. Sounds like a fun place to bring the family.
Eiji-san, こんにちは。I mean, Marvel Rivals did have, like... Oh, hello. Did have the Marvel thing going for it. I don't know if that made it. I wasn't really looking. Ah! I'm pressing. Bruh, even the QTEs in this game don't be responding. I don't know, sometimes you release a live service multiplayer game and it makes 10,000 money, and sometimes you release it and it makes 0 money. Hey, my axe didn't despawn this time. I don't really think there's anything that precipitated Concord's massive failure is the thing. I think, like, that the interest wasn't there. Anyone could tell, like, a little bit out from release that the game wasn't really, like, attracting anyone's attention. But that's, like, the benefit of it being really close to launch. in the boardrooms, in the meetings where people have to, like, think about these things, I could kind of see why they might have thought it would be a good idea.
What are the water pumps for?
Whoops, one too many. Now me, I don't play any of these, like, live service shooter games or whatever. I'm too busy speedrunning 360 games from 5 million years ago. You remember Evolve? I did play Evolve. Unfortunately, I did not like it very much. Is Apex still big? To my knowledge, yeah. I don't really play any of these. I don't really know anything about the current hotness in live service shooter games. It's just not my scene.
Get away from me!
It's the guy I met outside.
Agree. Thank you, Murphy.
Sater! Oh, it's just you.
It's just you.
What are you doing, JP?
You know, enjoying the view. You know, they say if you were to put the Empire State Building in here, it wouldn't even reach halfway to the top of this place.
Seems like a dangerous place to be sightseeing.
You know, none of those things they said about me are true. The papers and stuff, people around town, my lawyers, they said it was just circumstantial evidence and whatnot. That's what I kept telling them.
Yeah, I read all about it.
Those newspaper men are goddamn fucking liars.
I've never been able to get, like,
We're just talking.
good streams out of multiplayer live servicey stuff.
I didn't mean to hurt nobody. I didn't murder nobody.
There's kind of like nothing in that field for me.
You go to hell for murder. Ain't that right, Murphy?
Like, I don't think I'd accrue a very large audience if I suddenly pivoted to Marvel Rivals, you know?
That might disagree with you. The paper mentioned negligence.
It was an accident.
You were completely hammered. There were witnesses.
And how about you?
Shame Reverse died. It's not dead yet, but it's dying. I did stream Resident Evil Reverse, and it really went to show why I don't usually stream multiplayer games, because I was super toxic the whole time.
You call this living?
I was running around like picking the most broken shit.
Someone else's lie? Can you?
Doing, like, the game's awful for one thing. It's like really unbalanced. There's a bunch of maps where, depending on what you pick, you can really ruin the game for everyone else.
Live with what we've done.
On maps with large sight lines, pick Ada, stand in the corner in a bush, and just fucking crossbow everyone to death, and they'll be like, where the hell is this asshole standing? Because in Reverse, the only thing that matters is the last hit. So a sniper has like an actually pretty strong built-in advantage, because sniper is very high single hit damage. So just fire pot shots into fights that you're not involved in and like steal all the points.
Can't believe he jumped.
Game design. What does Reverse come bundled with again? Village, I believe. Oh yeah, Reverse has the perk that just stops your MMR from lowering. God, that shit's awesome. There's an unlockable perk in Resident Evil Reverse that just stops your MMR from going down when you lose. Like, never mind the fact the perks, like, complicate the game in all sorts of annoying ways, because it means that depending on the loadout of the opponent, they might just have more health than usual. But there's also you could spend a perk slot to just stop your MMR from decreasing.
Over the years, a wealth of archaeological artifacts have been discovered here around the Cave of Tears. The central part.
Now, I never used it, because I'm a professional, and I don't need that. I never needed to stop my MMR from decreasing because it only ever went up. The game doesn't actually show you what your MMR is, so I have no idea how it even determines that. Like, for all I know, the perk does nothing. You can't actually see it.
Never let go of hope. One day you'll see it's all come together. You'll look back and laugh at what's past, and you'll ask yourself, how the hell did I get through all that?
The MMR system quickly stopped mattering because there were so few people playing it that, like, it just kind of... You would match against the same, like, handful of people over and over again anyway. Oh, that guy didn't die.
This must be the train Sater told me about.
I thought they would get knocked down in 3 hits, because usually that's the correct number. Oh, had to be 4. Yeah, whatever. Reverse servers are going down in June. They are. They're going down in June, and then there will be no more. There will be no more Reverse.
With stops at Hillside Station and the Superstition Caverns. Please keep your hands and arms inside the train at all times and remain seated.
Hang on, console emulation. Console. This game doesn't emulate very well.
Failing to comply with
I don't tend to do speedruns on emulator.
can result in severe injury or death. Enjoy your ride, and please, no flash photography. Before it became the charming resort town that we know and love today, Silent Hill was once the center of trade and commerce, thanks to its rich scenes of coal and
I don't think emulator is even, like, legal on this game's leaderboard.
originally owned and operated by the Gillespie.
Nor should it be, because PS3 and 360 emulation are not reliable at all for speedruns. PS2 isn't even there yet, man. PS1 is only kinda starting to get there.
Making it the deepest coal mine of its day. Long before the discovery of the pit's rich coal seams, the labyrinth of limestone caves and runs were used by the local indigenous tribes for religious ceremonies, particularly as
Have you played RE Generation? I haven't, no. I've never worked out the emulation for it. Haven't, like, sat down and tried to get it going yet. This animation is unreliable for speedruns, you're surprised? Why?
mystery and folklore. According to local legend, in 1911, miners discovered mysterious symbols.
I think people really seem to dramatically overestimate how reliable emulation actually is when it comes to, like, the fine details. I mean, PS2 emulator is working great.
Unfortunate accidents and reports of mysterious creatures forced the company
Please.
to mining operations along this.
Please.
Today, visitors to Superstition Cavern occasionally report seeing ghosts or other phenomena, leading to its continued popularity for thrill seekers
Some Dolphin lovers have wondered. Dolphin isn't considered reliable enough to do speedruns on most of the time. You guys... People dramatically overestimate how accurate most emulators are. And speedruns kind of live or die on the exact details. PS2 and PSP the most accurate emulators? For speedruns? Fuck no. Origins doesn't even, like, render properly.
Pendleton!
But... I saw you.
Hands against the wall. I said, up against the wall!
Unfortunately, when it comes to speedruns, you generally need to do them on, like, proper hardware.
I don't know what it is or how we got here.
If you want them to be considered, like, legitimate. In the eyes of people engaged in serious competition.
What the? Where did you get this?
Sorry to be the elitist about this, but it's just kinda true.
Just found it in these clothes. I didn't...
Is this some kind of sick joke to you?
No.
To say nothing of the fact that the average speedrun event doesn't actually take...
On your knees.
Most speedrun events don't take emulated runs, so if you want the legitimacy of performing on, like, the big stage, you gotta have real hardware.
You heartless bastard.
What about arcade games? You have to bring the whole arcade machine? Yeah. Invest in a supergun.
Not fit to walk this earth while good, decent men.
I don't know who you think I am.
Highly recommend you get familiar with both, plastic, like, lunchbox PCB enclosures, and what a supergun does.
With a fucking bullet in your head.
Yeah, NES and Super NES are like the only two consoles I know where emulator runs are generally considered like cycle accurate enough to be valid as legit competition. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think playing on a keyboard's fucking lame.
I'm sorry. I can't do it.
It's just not the input device the games are made for. But whatever. I don't run anything on an NES, so I don't really care. Now, fighting games on keyboard is fine, it's just, I don't know. The keyboard is more precise an input method than the NES D-pad I think ever could be.
Leave me alone, god damn it!
And even then, the same thing still applies, which is that GDQ won't take you, or RTA in Japan, for that matter. If you're playing on EMU. No good. Deadlift All, glad you enjoyed the recent video. It took too long to make, so I'm glad people are enjoying it. Nice. Good morning, Praga. Oh yeah. I'm honestly surprised by how many viewers of the speedrun content seem to not, like, pick up on that. I've gone first. No, this guy sucks. But legitimate hardware, the actual genuine article, tends to be massively preferred for most speedrun endeavors. Like, I'm not sure where one picks up the impression to the contrary. Especially if one is a long-time viewer of me specifically, man who, like, extremely avoids emulation. But pretty much anything except arcade games on this stream, because no, I don't have, like, a fucking Naomi board kicking around to run Gun Survivor 2. But I don't submit those to GDQ, because I can't. Because you need the stuff. Not that it would make for a very good submission anyway. I think people also conflate this position with, like... You know, emulation bad. In general. Emulation is more than acceptable for, like, playing the game like a normal human being. Nice one, Murphy. Emulate will be its own separate category. For a lot of games, it is. In the Silent Hill leaderboards, it is. Where it's, like, available at all. For Downpour, it's not allowed at all because there hasn't really been a need for it to be allowed at all. Like, emulation in general for PS3 and 360 games isn't reliable enough to even get through the game. It doesn't really matter that much. Like, if you just want to play a game, emulation is more than acceptable, but if you, like, speedrunning has, like, a slightly higher barrier of entry. I'm talking about speedruns, not about, like, my opinions on emulation in general. Speedrunning is a very specific use case. You are entering a domain of people who give way too much of a shit.
Jesus, you scared the hell out of me.
Like, here's something about Silent Hill 1, right? You get different results for Romper Skip depending on which emulator you use.
Just haven't found a way out.
Like, when you get knocked down by the enemy,
If I had a nickel for
and your position is offset, the behavior is different depending on if you're using Duck Station or BizHawk.
Let's just say I could finally put this down.
The wisdom is generally that it's easier to do on BizHawk.
What is this place?
Can't say I understand the question. This is a busy town.
And isn't that weird?
Deliver themselves?
Whatever. Can you at least tell me
That there's like a preferred emulator because it makes this thing easier. This is true of, like, hardware as well, by the way. Romper Skip, you get different results depending on the target platform. It behaves differently on PSTV compared to PlayStation 2.
At the top. Shouldn't be hard to find. By the way, I ran into that lady friend of yours. What in the world you do to get that young woman so riled up anyway?
On PSTV, you can just... On PS2, you can just, like, hold forward and you'll phase through the door. That does not work on PSTV. You have to angle slightly.
Son, in my experience, when someone's that angry, it ain't a mistake. It's personal.
Which makes it marginally more difficult. But also, PSTV runs the whole game, like, 14% faster. If Silent Hill 1 runs with timed RTA, PSTV would be the winner by, like, a landslide.
anyone hear me? Hello?
You have to wonder why they made an enemy just, like, do that. Imagine if you're playing, like, a video game and someone kicks the controller out of your hands every, like, 5 minutes or so. That's what those enemies in Downpour feel like. Yeah, there's a surprisingly large difference between, like, this is good enough to play the game normally for all meaningful regular use cases, and this is 100% accurate to, like, the most minute of details, to the most fine, the single calculations on the individual level. There is a massive difference between these two things, and speedrunning relies a lot on the second thing.
These are my parole papers.
Instead of original hardware, something like a mist to be acceptable for speedrunning, same thing as emulation.
From me. What do you
Doesn't-
want from me?
Doesn't make a functional difference. It's still emulation, just like a different kind of emulation. Misters are emulation, but fancy. But it's still emulation.
Take a look.
Hey, Murphy, remember, this is a limited time offer, my friend.
I'll let you know. What's up, Officer Coleridge?
What was that about?
In general, I haven't really divined what the use case for a mister is supposed to be. It seems like it's emulation but expensive, which sort of seems like it defeats the point of the activity itself.
For your sake? I hope so.
Like, okay, technologically speaking, it's very interesting, but I don't really understand the appeal on the consumer end of things. It's not more accurate, it's not more, like, efficient.
Don't worry, Officer Coleridge.
Why?
I got it all under control. Just some unfinished business to...
If you've got the money to drop on a Mister device, buy a fucking console.
What the hell are you doing in here anyway, Murphy? You're not like these guys.
Told you, sir. Car theft resisting...
Because, like, they're expensive, is the thing, you know?
Stole a police cruiser and ran him on a 10-hour chase down the eastern seaboard. What makes a guy with no priors and a clean psych do something that...
Like a few $100 last I checked.
I think you at least owe me the truth.
Maybe I just needed to escape from the world for a while.
And the accuracy of the emulation is still subject to the
You just steer clear
the
of
core you're running
Do your homework.
on the thing.
You got it, Chief.
So it's just as susceptible to whether or not you have good good software on the thing. In theory, FPGA emulation can be superior to software emulation in the sense that it's more hardware efficient, right? So, okay, the major difference is that software emulation, I am telling my computer to pretend it is a different kind of computer. And the thing about that is, due to the way emulation works, you need a computer that is many, many times stronger than the computer you're trying to emulate. You understand? Like, if you want to emulate a PS2, you must create a whole PS2 inside of a different computer, and that takes a device that is many, many, many times stronger than a PlayStation 2. That is the general, like, gist of it. That's the basic, like, computing requirements of an emulator. Whereas with an FPGA, you can instead program a set of hardware components to act as though they are the hardware components of the original device. Which, in theory, can allow for better emulation, because you have a set of components engineered to specifically function like the target set of components. Which makes it easier to get the optimum performance because you have that, like, set of components specifically for that purpose. which means you don't need a computer many times stronger than the target device to achieve the desired results. Is this making any sense to people so far? So yes, the theory is sound, but it's still subject to, like, good core writing. You still have to trust that the person programming the components, like, does it fucking correctly. Ow. Like, you still gotta write the bits that make it act like the hardware components in the first place, and if that stuff isn't, like, in check, then you don't get the better results. It's not strictly speaking pointless. I would say that the application is very niche and still not really, like, applicable to speedruns. Ladder's not working. There we go. But on the consumer end, I have a difficult time, like, divining why one would spend, like, a few $100 on a Mister machine. When the applications right now are just so very niche, you know? I mean, if you're into that kind of thing and you got money to burn, then don't let me ruin your fun. But part of the appeal of emulation for lots of people is that it's, like, cheap, frankly. People want to pay money for the retro games. If they had the money for the retro games, they'd just buy the retro games, you know?
So what's it gonna be, Murphy? You and me gonna play ball? Or is all your hard work for nothing? I mean, the way I see it, it's sort of a win-win situation, right? Guys
Even
like
CDs rot? They do, but so do people.
business breathing the same air as you and me, right? Now, the courts and the bleeding hearts out there insist we sequester guys like him away from the general population for their safety. Can you believe that shit? For their safety. Let me ask you this. What about Charlie's safety, huh? So this is how it's gonna work. I'll give you access to Napier. Make sure you get some quality...
Like, it's something to strive towards. I do understand that on a long enough timescale, all the PS2 DVDs printed will eventually rot away, but both you and I will be dead long before that happens, so I'm not that concerned about it.
You're gonna owe me a favor. Think you can do that for me, sport? Of course you can.
Playing a pirate copy of a game you own still a bad thing? It's alright by me, I guess. Are you asking if I'm gonna judge you? I'm not gonna judge you. Do whatever you like, man. You don't gotta prove anything to me.
Remember, Cupcake, you owe me one.
I'm not judging. Much. Fucking door, dude. Why is it like that? I missed. No. Tragic. None of the benefits. None of the benefits of throwing the axe. You gotta actually, like, hit the guy in order to get them to not scream in your ears.
Yeah, that makes sense.
At the end of the day, man, you can play games however you like. Play them on emulator, play them on hardware, play them on Google Stadia. I don't think you can anymore, actually. If it satisfies your brain, then by all means. None of these guys are hitting me, and I actually kind of want them to hit me.
Here's the problem.
Well, there's your problem. When it comes to speedrunning, there are more specific requirements at play. Willem from...
That, my brothers and sisters, was another rock and roll classic coming to you courtesy of DJ Ricks on this fine afternoon. Weatherman says there's a storm coming our way to spoil the fun. So batten down the hatches and snuggle up under the blanket with the one you love, because it's going to be a rough ride. And speaking of rough rides, we got another dedication going out to my man with the plan, Murphy Pendleton. Somebody out there has got an eye on you, MP, so watch your back and keep it on track.
I do still have the book here to read during the cutscenes, but the problem is that I actually read, a chunk of it off stream. Not that much of it, evidently, but, reading random pages feels weird.
Not really.
Chat has missed,
Good to hear.
the intro.
So what can DJ Bobby Ricks do for you?
Murphy Pendleton?
Like I was saying, what can DJ Bobby...
Also, reading an entire book out loud kills my throat.
Got a track you want to play, or...?
I'm the guy you've been putting out the dedications for. I got the message. I came to find you.
Afraid you got the wrong man, Murphy. I don't know what you're talking about. But if there's a song you want to hear or a dedication you want to make, I could...
Reading for 3 hours, death. I don't know, it's more words.
LMNFM, where the tracks are tight and the sweet melodies flow on and on. It's always a perfect day with DJ Ricks, your on-air friend to the end.
Look, man, I came through hell and high water to get here because you called me. Now cut the bullshit, because I don't have time for this.
Chill out, man. If you don't keep your voice down, you're gonna get us both in trouble. And you do not want that. You don't know who might be listening. You understand? Thank God someone finally heard me. I can't even tell you how long it's been just spinning record after record after record, hoping someone...
What the hell's going on here, Ricks? What is this place?
No time to explain. If we're gonna get out of here...
You know, fine, let's... here's an extract for you.
This far tells me we might.
In the space of one day in 2002, for instance, I interviewed a young buffet waitress living in a trailer park in the northeast part of the city and an older male businessman living in a gated community in the affluent southwestern suburb of Summerlin. I will never pronounce the word buffet correctly. The waitress played nickel machines, often at supermarkets, while the businessman played dollar machines at a well-appointed neighborhood casino.
This place is...
Spock Jr., thanks for the 110 bits.
Reality, man.
Buffet.
There's rules you gotta follow, you know what I mean?
The waitress spent whole paychecks at a time, worrying afterward that her children would not have the money for school lunches. The businessman maxed out credit cards and depleted family savings, worrying that he might not manage to shuffle his money among bank accounts in time to cover his expenditures and avoid late fees, or to intercept the mail and conceal his losses from his wife. Wife bad. Despite radical differences in their life circumstances, the coin denomination of their gameplay, and the financial consequences of their gambling, the waitress and the businessman described their interactions with machines in uncannily similar language. Reading over their transcripts, I found the two narratives nearly interchangeable in this regard. Extended, intensive, and repeated encounters with the same machine interface seem to bring gamblers from diverse walks of life into a shared zone of experience, cutting through and across the differences between them. As my research went on, it became increasingly clear that to adequately understand the experience of these gamblers, I would need to better understand the machines they were playing. To that end, I expanded the scope of my project for a third time and began to educate myself about the history and inner workings of gambling machines, as well as the design practices and marketing strategies of gambling technology suppliers. I have to play the game now. You can't skip cutscenes in this game, so I'm reading a book called Addiction by Design, okay? It's the book that all the gacha haters reference to sound cool. And I am indeed also a hater. Hang on, I want that. Hang on, I want that. Please, pick it up. Do you know what I realized, chat? I realized recently, especially with regards to gambling, that I'm a fucking man-child still. I'm a man-child. Big child. Why do you go this way? You suck at this game. Because there is, in fact, like, a little casino on the road I take to work, right? There's an amusement center. It bothers me that they call it that, because I think of arcade machines, it's actually all slot machines over there. And I walk past it, and they got, like, the 18, like, cannot enter unless you're 18 or over, next to the fucking, like, door and shit, and I'm like, can't go in there. That's not for me. Not old enough. I'm nearly 30. I am nearly 30 years old. And yet when I see, like, can't go in here unless you are above the age of 18, I'm like, nope. That's not for me. Can't go in there. I don't mentally consider myself, like, able to enter these spaces still.
Shut it out.
Perhaps this speaks to the phenomenon of arrested societal development. Perhaps we are all incomplete adults. There was an arcade I used to frequent in London that for some reason operated like a fucking speakeasy where you had to, like, know the secret knock to get inside, but they were, like, down the stairs in the back of a casino, in fact. They had a front door, they just never unlocked the damn thing for some fucking reason. So, like, you had to walk through this casino and then, like, down the stairs in the back to get to the arcade. Like, with the action, with, like, rhythm game cabinets and shit. There was an arcade I used to go to, and every time I would, like, walk through this casino to get there, I would move entirely too quickly and entirely too conspicuously, because I'm like, man, if I spend too much time in here, people will work out that I don't need to, like, people will work out that I'm not supposed to be here. I was, like, in my mid-20s at the time. Playing an emulator? Why do people keep asking that question? These games don't emulate very well. No, I'm not emulating. This is a Series X. 360 and PS3 emulation is not that good. Series X is for losers. See ya. What the fuck? What the hell's this idiot's problem? Like, is the objection that I'm not using a 360, or is it that I'm not using an emulator that you can't use because it doesn't work for this game? Nice.
You use selective words. What are you planning?
Well, either way, I'm gonna ban them. I don't 100% know what their problem is, but I'm not interested in finding out. Oh, fucking goddamn it. I was slightly too early. Like, the timing was just about right, but I was like a hair too early. That's okay.
Who are you?
It's nice that it doesn't kill you instantly. I'm surprised by how widespread the question is. Like, I've been asked multiple times to stream, are you emulating? It's like, no. You, like, it wouldn't look like this if I was. Like, I have to wonder where people are getting this impression that, like, it's more capable than it is.
Murphy! Murphy! Where'd you go?
Murphy!
Oh, God. Help me. Help! Murphy, run!
Game loves a big slide, it sure does. People used to speedruns playing on OG hardware. I don't know why. It's like all we do. It's like the most common thing. Most speedrunners will use OG hardware. And kind of how much time? How has anyone counted how much time is cutscenes in this game? Yes, because the IGT will do it for you. It's about an hour 30. An hour 30? No, that's not quite right. Hang on, sorry. It's about an hour. That's my estimate's too big.
Place to take a nap, son. You know you could.
But like for a run of a time about 2 hours and 40 down there, your IGT will report like an hour 30 or something ish. Yeah, it's about an hour of cutscenes. That's not even counting parts of the game that where you do nothing that aren't cutscenes.
This can't be right.
Got your name on it, doesn't it? Seems plenty right.
Most people assume it has to be emulated because they would emulate if they wanted to play this game. Well, they can't, is the thing, because Downpour doesn't run that well on emulation.
No, I'm done. I'm finished with the riddles, the mind games.
So they would do this thing that doesn't actually work in practice.
I want out. Do you understand me? Do ya?
Son, you still don't get it.
No, I don't.
It doesn't matter what you want. As for me, I got mail to deliver.
Like, I think you can get through the game on PS3 emulation. Like, it's functional all the way through, I think. Maybe. Like, there's an asterisk on that, because Carsey managed to do it, but some other person in the Speedrun Discord was like, it crashes a shit ton for them. It's also one of those statements where someone, like, looking at this... Someone hearing me speak these words in a few months down will be like, it's totally fine now. What are you talking about? Like, right now, the emulation's developing pretty rapidly. Like, PS3 emulation is much better than it once was. It used to barely fucking work. It was more of a novelty than an actual thing you could utilize. Nowadays, you can actually play, like, Rock Band 2 on it pretty well. Like, functional. That's my use case. I like rhythm games. Yay! All he has is rhythm game brain rot. Instead of brain, there is notes. Like, to this day, right, Silent Hill Origins, for instance, on PSP emulation, doesn't really work properly. There's a bunch of rooms that just don't display graphics. They'll just show up as, like, totally pure black geometry.
Yes. May I help you?
I'm Murphy Pendleton. I received this letter today, but I think there's been a mistake.
Ah, yes. Mr. Pendleton. We've been expecting you. You were the only family we were able to locate.
The hell kind of door does this, by the way?
Very welcome.
Family? No, that can't be. I mean...
Bless you, child. I understand this must be very confusing for you. We've checked the records carefully, and I assure you, there's no mistake. Please, come in.
Like, this is supposed to be an orphanage. You can see the handle on the back of the door.
What the hell?
They considered that much.
He died peacefully and is finally at rest.
Weirdly uninviting church, though, you know? Church, orphanage? I assume it's like a church orphanage kind of
He
deal.
didn't leave much behind, but his few personal effects are yours to claim.
What happened here? Was there an earthquake?
I'll meet you in the morgue in the East Wing, when you're ready.
Ignored!
In the meantime, please feel free to look around.
Both RPS3 and Xenius is playable with the visual glitches. Yeah, that makes sense. It's playable, it boots on both, last I checked. Bearing in mind that the emulator definition of playable and the speedrunner definition of playable are quite different. God knows fucking Scott Pilgrim has been listed as compatible on, like, Switch emulation forever. This one's playable, and I'm like, yeah, if you don't mind the audio trying to kill you every 5 minutes.
Where'd she go?
Run, Murphy.
I disagree.
When it rains, it downpours. Also never go up.
Oh, Trazo, thank you for the 73 months. Number go up. I'll go up.
Hey there. Do you live here?
Sister said we're not supposed to talk to strangers. Oh. It's just you.
What's your name? Hey. Maybe you could unlock this door. Think you could do that for me?
Alright, they're gonna yap for like 5 minutes. Man, I'm out of here.
It's a pretty cool car you got there. You like cars? Yeah, my little boy. He used to play with cars just like that. You kind of remind me of him.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
What you reading? Addiction by design.
Did you kill him?
What? No, of course not. Why would you say something like that?
Because she said you're the boogeyman.
Boogeyman? What are you talking about? Who said that?
She did. She told me all about you.
Why is she crying? Who is she?
I don't know. Just some girl. She's always sad, but she knows things.
What kind of things?
Things about the boogeyman.
Look, I won't lie to you. Grown-ups tell kids there's no such thing as monsters, that the boogeyman's just make-believe, and there's nothing hiding under their beds. But that's a lie, because I've seen him. And I have a feeling you have too. But I'm not one of them. I'm not the boogeyman. Now what do you say we get out of here, all three of us?
Do you know the rhyme?
What rhyme?
She told me there's a secret rhyme that makes the boogeyman go away. If you say it fast enough, he can't hurt you. Do you know it?
No. But if there's a rhyme that can do that, I sure wish you'd teach it to me.
The pee-pee poo-poo man.
Then I guess she's right. You are the boogeyman.
Kid, look at me. I'm not a monster.
Not yet.
Wrong with your face? What? This is just what I look like, man. I'm gonna make the assumption that they were talking about the game, and not me. I hope not. What is wrong with my face? Is there something wrong with my face? Chat, is there something on my face?
Hey, kid!
Murphy, quick.
What the hell?
How do I look, Murphy?
Shit!
Oh. Oh. I have a perfectly adequate face. Thank you. My face is adequate. I've always wanted to have an adequate face. I have a huge pimple?
That looks like a rhyme book.
I'm surprised that counted as a hit. That didn't... That made the noise of me hitting wall. Burp. Hmm? That took slightly longer than it should have.
Almost got it.
I have the statistically average face. Alright, I guess I'll take that. I'm statistically average.
What? Two of the pages are torn out.
Ah! Fucking ladders! There we go. Rain machine. You really caused the downpour. Making it rain in this stream, like. Please do not scream at me! I do not deserve this! Fuck you. No, that was already right. Oh. Oh no, that is right. Ah! Which one of these is wrong? Oh. I'm bad. One of those is wrong. Two left feet. Unfortunately, that puzzle is random. You cannot, like, memorize a solution. If you could, I would. Game, please. Game, please. Game just kept refusing to go through the door.
Come on out, sweetie. Not gonna hurt you.
Do you know how I said there are parts of this game where you do nothing, but it doesn't technically count, like, as not gameplay time, so the IGT still would count it? This is one of those times, right? This is a cutscene, but there's gonna be a bit where we're just gonna stand around in, like, a flashback for, like, a full minute. That's the kind of thing that still counts towards, the playtime. It's like, this is technically gameplay right now. Like, I can move in this flashback. Like, I have the ability to move. But I won't, though.
Charlie? Charlie! Charlie!
Charlie! Does DP have any interesting unlockables? You can unlock, like, a joke ending on your second playthrough, but that's it. That's the only unlockable. I always pick the wrong direction. Sakebudake. Charlie! Charlie! Eh? Plain missed. Plain missed. I don't get this cutscene. There's like, this is just a regular enemy, and it gives it so much ceremony. Like, you think this is the scariest enemy ever. But no, this is just like a regular enemy we've seen a ton of already. Why do you keep asking what my favorite part of the game is? Like, consistently. Nothing interesting to say. Don't answer? Because I don't have one. Alright, that's very loud. Sorry about that. Nice dodge, dude. Damn. Nice. Didn't have to do two of them.
This won't be fun.
Cool. I didn't get memed by the key either. A good series of outcomes there, finally.
It's the rest of the rhyme. Wonder if that kid will let me through the door now.
Turn right. Aha! He's done it. He's remembered the way. Oof! That makes me laugh. Nice! That part just RNG? Kind of.
I got the rhyme. I say it and you open the door. That's how it works, right?
Whether or not I have to do a couple of fights is RNG to me. Like, there's a manipulation, but I don't do it correctly.
Hey! Kid! Look out! It's... Get out of there! Come on!
Poor little Steven Skelter. Even the chaplain won't forgive you. Forever lies your pleading cries, but Susie knows you felt her shit. Nowhere left for you. Nowhere left for you to run. Every fault laid bare in the open. Leave him alone, damn it!
Why does he keep doing this, by the way? He like gets through a bit of the rhyme and he's like, get along with spray out from within. Why? What are you doing?
Take heed. It's not too late. His mistakes needn't haunt you forever. He's just a kid, you son of a bitch.
He sounds like he's doing like high intensity cardio the entire time he's trying to recite it.
You alone decide your fate.
But like, why? He's just standing there. I know he's trying to break down the door, I guess, but still. Chat, I have a foot cramp.
Charlie. I'm sorry. So sorry. Charlie! Charlie! Oh, God. Charlie! Charlie!
Mr. Pendleton, I have to ask you to leave, sir. We've got everything under control.
Where's my son? Where's Charlie?
What is with the Western Silent Hill games and having kids die in lakes?
Let one of my officers drive you back to the command center, and we'll call you when...
Where's my boy? Is he out there? Charlie! 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 Charlie!
Why did you hurt him? He never did anything to you.
Wasn't me. I didn't. I mean... Wait! Come back! That thing is in there! It's not safe. Oh, shit.
Have any of the like professional Downpour gamers tried the Japanese version of this to see if it's faster? Like, I don't think this game has a Japanese dub, so I don't think voice would be it. Door.
Damn it, I'm not gonna hurt you.
Stupid door. One day I'll get it. Come here, child. I'm not going to hurt you. Oh.
What the hell?
Oh, nice. I got the damage cancel.
Don't go on your own. Take a red shirt.
Spark Jr., thanks for the 102 bits. Is Murphy's catchphrase just shit? No, that's my catchphrase.
I'm trying to help you.
Didn't mean to swing. Oh, God, I'm bad. Okay, I didn't mean to take that amount of damage. Why did you sound so much like Jin Kazama? Duh! Duria! Oh boy, I am bleeding. I don't trust that. I think I'm gonna die. I was probably right.
No. You won't find yourself there until you face the truth.
My cycles on this are so dog shit, always. This one's a funny prank. This one's also a funny prank. Cool action Murphy dodge. What the? Ah! Idiot. Oh. Ow, my face. I'm getting owned. Alright, I only got like a little bit owned. I don't think I needed that. Go, 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 go! Alright, fair enough. Not quite. I don't know if I don't know if that's just like a purposeful damage. I never seem to be able to beat the cycle on that one, which makes me curious, like, can you? I don't know, maybe you can't. Maybe it can't be done. Only a minor ownage, a trifling amount of ownage, really. I've never been owned before, and I don't intend to start. This just reminds me of that one bit in Darkside Chronicles, where you also go through like a target practice thing. Like unique, it's like a weird thing they added to the Darkside Chronicles version of Code Veronica. 3 bong. Four bong. And 5 bong. With the bongs complete, we now unlock Red Murphy. Player 2. Do you like how I just stood there at the ladder for a little bit being like, is this good? Is this gonna work? Do we like this? Oh, Red Murphy wore off. I lost my Red Murphy speed buff.
Away from her.
Whee! It's not a real thing, by the way. Red Murphy isn't faster.
Where am I? Why are you doing this to me?
Game really loves making the guy fall. He's a fall guy. What can I say? Fall Guys confirmed. They gotta put Murphy in, like, the next Fall Guys battle pass or whatever it is they're doing these. I don't know.
I don't think you do. And like I already told you, there's been a mistake. I buried my son years ago.
I understand, Mr. Pendleton. We all deal with grief in our own way. Shall we? Now, if you'll just sign for your son's body, you can take him home.
No! This isn't my son! This thing's a monster, a murderer!
Yes, well, I suppose that runs in the family.
What the hell are you talking about?
Don't you know, child? Have you wandered so far off the path to not even realize who you are?
What the hell are you talking about?
So often the answers are before us, Murphy. If only we allow ourselves to see them.
Why are you doing this to me?
There were those who dwelt in darkness and in the shadow of death. Prisoners in misery and chains, because they had rebelled against the word of God.
Murphy does this so much. Ugh! Ugh!
See any other way?
That's
What it was like to know it was my fault he was gone. Every time I shut my eyes,
he loves to do that.
all I could think was that monster is still alive, but I'll never get to see my boy again. Why are you doing this to me? What do you want? What I did to Napier didn't solve anything. Charlie was still gone, and I was stuck in prison. Everything spiraled out of control. It was my fault. I just want my life back.
Revenge is a long, treacherous road, isn't it, Mr. Pendleton? Where do you suppose it ends?
Do you ever think about how this whole game is like revenge bad and Murphy is being tortured by like the spirit of Silent Hill because he killed a pedophile?
It's yours, if you want it. You only need to claim him as your own. You see? I knew you'd come around in the end.
No!
Welcome home. Glory be to God.
Just saying, I don't know if I think Murphy should really feel that bad about it. You know what I mean? You know? Understand what I'm getting at?
Daddy, help me! Help me! Where are you, Daddy?
Charlie! Charlie! Hold on, I'm coming! Charlie! Charlie!
How many bullets do I have in this thing? Nice shot, Murphy. Nice. I even got the damage cancel. Cancel? The damage cancel. Cancel. I can't pronounce words today. The damage cancel.
You killed him.
The cancel the damage cancel has convened. I can't say anything. No, forget it.
Doesn't matter.
I'm done with English.
It didn't bring you back. Nothing can bring you back.
It's not your fault.
She like briefly looked at the book, pretended to read it. This cutscene's too short, I think.
I'm sorry.
Look at me, I can read. Me very smart. Can PB on this run? I'm thinking it's quite possible, yeah. Bearing in mind the entire, like, finale is still to go. That's why... I see it. I see it. I've seen it with my eyes. That's why I went down that ladder by accident. Like, on the previous run. There is one frame where the camera is still facing the ladder. I saw it. The camera doesn't immediately put, like, it flicks. I saw it. I perceived it. It shot through my visual receptors. So, release the stick when you go up that ladder. Wait. Then repress. Because otherwise it will take the forward input as a backwards. Because the camera has not finished reorienting itself properly. Naruhodo. I see, I understand now. I'm willing to bet that I'm going to turn out to be wrong and you can still end up going back down the ladder by accident. In general, man, I'm just scared of ladders in this game. I hate ladders. Down with ladders. Well, I guess I'm going down a ladder, right? You know what I mean. Whatever. There's side quests in this game. Does that mean one could technically speedrun at 100%? You don't have to be technical about it. You just can. There is a 100% category on speedrun.com, yeah. It's a thing. Mr. Pendleton, the ligmas of your past have become too great to ignore. Whoa. Sorry, the first 4 sentences of this chapter are a fucking knockout. 2000. In the parking lot of a hospital complex in northwest Las Vegas, not far from a cluster of dilapidated casinos off the downtown's old strip, a small group of paramedics stands around an ambulance drinking coffee and smoking. More often than not, they tell me, a call from a casino means that a patron has experienced a heart attack while playing a gambling machine.
Turn the boat around.
Whoa.
Are you out of your mind? We're free.
Given the notorious difficulty of getting in and out of casinos, such calls are met with collective dread.
That easy.
We've got unfinished business.
The head paramedic, on break from training a new group, enumerates the obstacles surrounding entry.
Honestly,
this is interesting.
I don't care anymore.
The easiest access by far is the valet at the main entrance, but casinos won't let you pull in there, especially on the strip. They think it's bad for business. They want you to feel safe. How the fuck is that legal? Who gives a shit what they want? What?
You think this is all an accident?
America!
Coincidence?
Instead, paramedics must park around the back or enter from side door. Bro, I don't understand that. The ambulance will park where the fuck it needs to. What the hell?
It wants me to finish this. Don't you understand? It'll never let us go until we finish what we started.
Once inside, they face the challenge of navigating through a confusing layout, just like this game!
I'm not going back. You might as well
It all looks the same. You go up and down elevators, there are no direct routes, the carpets lead you around and around, you lose your sense of direction. When paramedics reach a victim, the challenge is no longer casino floor design, but other players' reluctance to leave their machines. The gamblers just wouldn't move to let us out, remembers a paramedic who was once forced to start an intravenous line in a narrow aisle between 2 rows of machines. To reduce the time it took to reach victims, some casinos train their surveillance personnel to watch banks of machines for heart attacks on security monitors. In 1997, they went a step further and began to train their security guards to use automatic external defibrillators, or AEDs. Paramedics suggested I speak with Richard Hardman, the coordinator of emergency medical services in Clark County, who developed the casino AED program. Hardman, a slender man in his 40s, meets me at the county's fire department headquarters, not far from the south end of the strip. We speak in his office, a small room with a busy desk and a television set suspended from the ceiling, hospital style.
Would ruin everything, wouldn't it?
As part of a quality assurance program in 1995, his department had noticed nearly 3 times as many deaths by heart attacks occurring in Clark County as in other counties. A closer look revealed that 2/3 of cardiac arrests took place in casinos, and Hardman realized that the high rate of death had to do with the delays encountered by paramedic teams negotiating their complicated interiors.
Disturbance tonight.
That's grim.
The other guards and me are gonna have our
I never considered that dimension to this.
showers and find your guy waiting there, just like last.
Although they arrived at casino properties within 4.5 to 5 minutes of a call, it took them an average of 11 minutes to reach victims inside. Hardman points out the life or death stakes. Every minute following a cardiac arrest, your chances of survival decrease by 10%.
Oh, Murph, you have no idea how bad he
Hardman
deserves.
contacted a public health researcher who agreed that casinos would make an ideal laboratory for testing defibrillator use by non-physicians, and the two designed an experimental study. Next, he lobbied casino management groups to purchase AED devices and train personnel to use them. Not an easy sell, given their worry over legal liabilities in the event of inappropriate applications of the device. He eventually convinced casinos that AEDs only deliver shocks in the absence of breathing and pulse, when intubation cannot make things worse. There are no judgment calls to be made, Hardman emphasized. The AED is automatic, foolproof, it analyzes everything on its own. Casinos decided to train security officers to use the devices since they were the staff members most familiar with property layouts. Turns out, the officers had a very short response time, only 2 to 3 minutes. At first they resisted, but now they embrace the technology, says Hardman. AEDs have since been used thousands of times in Las Vegas casinos with an impressive survival rate of 55%, even better than that of hospitals, and far surpassing the national average rate of less than 10%.
I have to play the game.
ourselves to see them.
That took a turn. Ball? Okay, that was odd. Grim chapter? That's chapter 1. Chapter 1 concerns itself with, like, the physical construction of casinos themselves. Which is interesting, but I bought this book to learn about the design of the games themselves, which is apparently chapter 2. You showed up reading? Yeah, I gotta do something while the cutscenes play out. Nice stock screen.
Come on, Murphy, hold it together, man.
Ladder, ladder, ladder. Ladder problem. I'm experiencing ladder difficulties. I've heard of ladder anxiety, but this is ridiculous. Ever ran the Homecoming Downpour combo? No, and I never will, because I fucking hate Homecoming. Homecoming is the worst video game ever made. Ball. Me when I am asked about Homecoming. I wonder how funny it would be if I put the word Homecoming in the word filter. Alright. I kind of wanted him to step forward, but that works too, I suppose. Stop asking stupid fucking questions. I have lots of time to time people out for being annoying during this game. Oops. One input too many.
The guards can pass through the gap. Fine.
Ah. Murphy? Do you want to move? Bro, he's not moving. That was interesting. I was holding down the stick, and I was not getting a response for that. Game, respond to input. What the fuck, man? I don't feel like I'm asking for much here. I'm pressing buttons and I'm getting nothing back. Caught on the door frame? I don't think I was caught on anything. I think the game just didn't respond to the direction. Whee! And that guy is now being destroyed by a ghost. Manifest. Delete. Can I delete just this guy, but leave only the guy punching him? Nice menu, dude. Just press A. Press A. I don't know why the quarter stays in your inventory. It's like actually useless past this point. No, I got the leg swept. Well, that's a... Oh my goodness, please. Alright, that's okay. I only got a little bit of my shit kicked out. You gotta block the low. Can't block the low. No blocking in this game. Murphy's never blocked a day in his life. That's just fucking rude. I wasn't even looking at you. Apparently he looked like he tripped. An enemy like drop kicked me in the back of the head. There's a guy there. Notorious dude.
How's it going, Murph? Heard you're gonna be leaving us soon. You weren't thinking of leaving before you paid back my favor, were you?
They're more or less the same. How's it hanging, Murphy? questionable. Then a left. Then a right. Cycles. I might have been it. I don't trust it. If I die, that's really grim. I might have been able to make that. I really didn't want to just, like, eat a death, though, you know? Because, yeah, if you get clipped by the spikes, understandably, that is just instant death. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. You perish. Alright, now let's see if Murphy can aim his stupid gun a little better. Game. Okay, well, it's moving. That's still an improvement. Gunplay in this part seems rough. That's because it is. Sorry, is there a reason this is still going? There we go. Okay, that was peculiar. Not quite optimal. Because, normally you just have to kill the 3 screamers, like the guy with the knife doesn't actually matter, but that time it mattered. No, I don't know what's going on there. There's something wrong with it. Something wrong with Downpour? Say it isn't so. Yeah, last time Murphy whiffed a whole bunch of shots. The aiming reticule in this game is super not good. I'd still say that was an improvement, though. Dong. Like, I think that went better than last time. Just not by much, is all. Ah! can just hold both triggers, or do you have to switch? You do have to switch, yeah.
That's right, you ugly bastards. Back off!
Yes.
You correct the last set of spikes in that timing section just earlier never deploys? Yeah, it never fires off. In both spike sections, there's one spike that... In fact, in the first section, there's two that never fire off, just to fuck with you. It's just there to mess with you as a funny prank. Funny joke. No, this isn't out of bounds. The game, this part of the game just, like, looks like that. It's just like that. Hey, Gary Kuso. Whee. Give me that fire extinguisher. Rude. Oh my god. Bro, get the fuck out the way. I don't deserve this kind of shabby treatment. Nice whiff, Murphy. This man manages to get stuck on every errant piece of geometry. It's really impressive. No, his asshole friend covered for him. Dude. Damn, nice double kill. Murphy, other way. Oh, is this guy the one who's not dead? Cool. That went alright for a certain value of alright. Wasn't like hyper optimal, but beggars can't be choosers. Did I just go the long way? Fuck, I'm bad at this game. I think I did. I think I went the long way. What? Bro, that is not necessary. I'm crazy for that one, dude. My cycles suck. Oh, glitched. Go, Murphy, go. Hey, Fishy Ash, found my YouTube channel yesterday and was saying me absolutely loved my Ancient Roman video. Glad you liked it. Glad to hear. Did it straight up stop working? Yeah, the guillotine's broke. That happens sometimes. Reason unknown. Oh, that's a split, by the way. I was very late on that. Reason unknown just does that. I'll try to reason with it. It just happens. Damn. The shotgun probably shouldn't have been my priority there. Oh well. Murphy, operate. Bro, I don't know where the fuck I am. And like I panic healed as well. That was a mistake. Ow. I did not know where I was for a moment there. Be gone, stupid. I have no clue where I am. I didn't move at all. I'm out of bullets, which means I get the smash. That's okay, I didn't miss a cycle. Ow. The cycle! It's mine. Looking good. Looking good.
How could you?
What?
He was a good man. A good man.
What the hell are you talking about? That thing tried to kill me. It's not a man, it's a monster. No. No, that's not how it was supposed to go. That's not what I agreed to.
Murphy? Is that you?
Officer Coleridge?
Jeez, I'm glad it's just you. This thing is kicking off something fierce. I knew you'd be smart enough to steer clear of it.
What are you doing here?
Sewell told me to meet him here.
I'm quite done yet, though. We still got Anne,
Answering his radio.
who may or may not do some bullshit.
Are you okay, Murph? You don't look so good.
Most frustrating part is you have to experience the story every goddamn. You have to experience the story every goddamn time. Doesn't stop people from asking me what the plot is constantly.
Agree to what?
Tell him, Murph.
What's going on here?
You'd rather think, but
You answered the radio.
Should have learned to keep your big fucking mouth
even though you get to experience the story in its entirety every single run I do,
Murphy, don't do this.
Come on, Murphy.
people do love to ask me what's going on.
Do it, you son of a bitch.
No.
Sorry, second monitor. Ooh!
No.
You know, he was.
How many times have I ran this? 10. It's the number next to the category name down there.
Family, friends, even prisoners. He treated everyone with respect.
I picked this game up as a speedrun pretty recently. It was a sub goal.
Positive side of people.
I should have noticed that. My bad. For once, I'm for once I'm not making fun of you for not noticing that. I like to make fun of my chat for not like noticing bits that are on the screen all the time, but I don't think it's immediately clear that the number in the top right of the split program is the number of attempts. Like I know that, but it's not labeled or anything.
Did you know that? And I had to watch this wonderful man shit and piss all over himself day after day after day. And every time I looked at him, you know what I saw?
Listen to me.
I saw a monster. I saw you.
Just calm down a minute and let me...
Some people also have their splits configured differently. I know Schmumbler, for instance, his splits only shows the number of completed runs rather than number of attempts. I show the number of attempts because that's the default, and I've never purposefully changed it. I don't know.
My father was a good man. He didn't believe in revenge. But I do.
I'm mashing Y, dude. You have no idea how hard I'm mashing. Don't move, Anne. Don't do it. Yes? Yes? No! Murphy missed! Dude. Murphy, you fucking... I got the good RNG and Murphy missed. What a loser. What the fuck? How did Murphy miss both of those? What an idiot. Death! Nice. That's okay. I wouldn't have gotten the sub 237 even if Murphy didn't manage to miss both of those hits for no fucking reason. Anyway, that's a nice juicy PB. Look at that. That's a big 3-minute PB. That's not only the sub 240, that's the sub 2,238, 239. I go straight past all of that. I go big. I went huge. It was big gameplay. Where does that put me on the leaderboard? That puts me 7th place. Quite handily too, actually.
As for me, I got mail to deliver.
I can't even tell you how long it's been just spinning record after record after record. Hoping something.
Where do I think the most room for improvement? Don't care! Bin! Next!
Wait. Stop. This is all wrong. Please.
Time to learn Resident Evil 2.
Stop.
To remake or OG? OG. I don't like remake.